Video of today is about environmental engineering, and this might come in handy for those who suffer from more physical like addictions. I do suffer from them, and while the answer is always internal, a small change in the environment might help you a lot, especially if you are a person who is already disciplined, in other areas of life. Even though addictions are multifactorial, the exposure to a trigger is, of course, one of the main ways to actually reinforce the behavior. So we can do it both in a bad way or in a good way. So basically, when your brain sees something, that something, if it's linked either to a positive or a negative habit, will of course start to trigger the series of events that will lead to the execution of that particular action that the item or the sound or whatever is linked to. Okay, so this is just plain neuroassociation. So the thing that one should do, even for like bad thoughts, is just to actually recognize if there's a trigger, a positive trigger that can be assigned to a good feeling, to a good state, to a better feeling place, if it can actually be implemented somewhere, like the grounding techniques, or when you have to imagine something like a sort of mudras, the Indian positions of the hands, that can actually help you to connect with a different feeling. You need to interrupt the pattern. You don't need to stop the attack in a depressive attack, in an anxiety attack. You don't need to essentially interrupt it completely, but you need to feel a little bit better. You need to stop feeling that bad, okay? You need to find some kind of relief. So, might be a physical thing, like if you overeat, you don't have to bring chips. If you overeat on chips, you don't have to buy chips, or even if you buy them, just stack them somewhere where you can see them and make available a better option. The same thing goes with an anxiety or a depression attack. So if you find something, might be a plush, might be a phone call, might be an image, might be a mental image, might be a sound, a song, whatever, that can be triggering for good positive things, you must use it as soon as possible. And the more you use it, the more you will actually reinforce this pattern and then condition your brain to seek it out whenever it's necessary, okay? I'm not saying that it's easy, but I can say to you that it's actually doable. So when you start to spiral, try to find something that your brain easily links to a good, positive emotion. You need to find relief. So the first thing, beside a pause, if you are in the midst of it, instead of going into escapism, just try to feel emotional relief, not physical relief. So don't engage in the addiction, because the pain of the addiction, the pain that fuels the addiction, of course, it's a search for relief. Basically, addiction is nothing more than trying to fill a void, trying to avoid something, trying to feel something different that what we are actually experiencing at the moment. So propose something a little bit more immediate, but that you know won't lead to the same kind of satisfaction, which is temporary and which is linked to guilt, that addiction does. So your quest is to find something, be a mental image, an object, whatever, that gives you just a little bit of relief. And then you can introduce the pause. So relief and then pause. Relief and then pause. But do not skip this part. So this is just another short video for today. And we will see each other soon.